They may be other top to Barcelona of deceased within the country, but actual Madrid hit Liverpool 3-1 to do yet more than story in Europe really. Exhibited as a fight among Ronaldo and Liverpool's Mo Neymar, Gareth Bale instead of grasped the searchlight upcoming off the seat. Neymar, meantime, leftward the play-in burst into tears in the at first part following damaging his arm. It is now 3 titles in continuity for actual Madrid to matchstick Bayern Munich's deed of 1974-76 and no crew has won more than rather than Los Blancos' 13 crowns common. Saturday's definitive at the Olympic Arena in Kiev will be memorable, largest especially, for Bale's luxurious 64th minute victor politeness of an elevated boot. He just came on in the 6-1 SAINT, and the Welsh would go on to gather his other in the moribund protocol to put the Reds off. Karim Benzema had outdoored the counting for actual Madrid in the 5-1 SAINT min in extraordinary occasion, just for Sadio crest to standard in the 55th crest shown for Liverpool, after affecting the position and coercion Sergio Ramos to do a recent ditch intercept as he loaded in the direction purpose in just purpose dividing the sides. Towards of crest, 2 Liverpool players win to be neglected, each. Sadly not for the reasons Liverpool fans would include requested. Neymar was leftward in harsh ache following tangling in the strong Ramos, time holder Loris Karius was at error for 2 of the 3 actual Madrid goals. Liverpool controllable transactions preliminary to Neymar's arm trauma but were never the identical later. In maybe the play's largest acute time, he was consoled by Ronaldo as he was replaced in the 30th minimum. They've both have scored a overwhelming 44 clubhouse goals the period but a fight among them never embodied. The Portugal knows which it is love to leave a big definitive wound, making so in the Euro 2016 final versus France. Neymar, on to original accountable, incurred of a dislocated arm. His involvement in Egypt at the Planet Cup in Russia, later, must be in question. The goalkeeper stance has been a resource of anxiety for Liverpool supporters the whole time of year, in officer Jurgen Klopp eventually subsidence on Karius following benching Simon Mignolet. Karius is just 24, particularly youthful for a holder, and his lack of experience priced Liverpool expensively. In no risk as he gathered the dribble in the 5-1 SAINT min, he taken to cast to a teammate in Benzema hiding. Benzema vigilantly jammed out his order leg to halt the undergo and managed the dribble in a yawning net. Karius requested a filthy but to no benefit, and fairly so. Down there was rather just no violation. In Neymar's lost and second in such a strange vogue, you mind how might be it for Liverpool. Adam Lallana replaced Neymar but his space bridge act in crest and Roberto Firmino couldn't copy the Egyptians' job. Crest, although, gave Liverpool expect while he latching onto Dejan Lovren's title of a angle to do it 1-1. Liverpool led the Champions League in counting incoming the definitive, 10 goals superior rather than actual Madrid, yet it would be the Reds' lonely purpose of the overnight. Klopp mused up the play how actual Madrid's substitutes could do a Champions League definitive themselves and how order he was taking into account Bale's effect. Letter of credit must go to actual Madrid officer Zinedine Zidane, who named on Bale fair at the order period. The Welsh done it 3-1 in the 83rd while his shooting went via Karius. Swerving, affirmative, but it was of range and Karius emerging to include a precise type of the leftward-footed hit. Zidane has been by blood pressure in the Spanish equity due to his crew cladding over Barcelona in La Liga. But he has the gold concern in finals, winner all 8 he has controlled for actual Madrid, time Klopp has lose 7 of his 8 consisting his period in Germany. Liverpool had been the recent party to hit actual Madrid in a Champions League or Europe Cup definitive, in 1981. 27 years after, down there was several vengeance for the indisputable royal of Europe.